Hi everyone, welcome back to Tamara's Timeless Tarot Readings. Today I've decided to use one of my all-time favorite tarot decks, the Londa Tarot. And I have owned so many copies of this deck. I was in touch with Londa Marks, the deck's creator, years ago, and she's just so lovely and was super appreciative of my love for her creation. Anyway, let's see. Okay, let's see what the collective needs to know, please, for a timeless reading. Okay. Ace of Cups, new love. This could be deepening your spiritual connection with yourself. There could be a new love opportunity entering into your life, a love proposal, something that is going to bring about a form of creation. And Eight of Swords. Okay, being stuck in your own head. Enabling more of a negative thought pattern. So you're getting in your own way of seeing a clearer, brighter, more like happier version of yourself. This is all about indecision and entrapment, but you're trapping yourself in this sort of vicious, cyclical type of negative thought pattern, and you need to break that. So I think from what I can see so far, you need to give yourself permission to love yourself and to enjoy yourself and to enjoy life. You are getting in your own way of your happiness, and you need to embrace who you are at a soul level before you can accept anyone else into your life. Okay, let's see what else, please. Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, collective reading, please. Okay, Two of Swords and the Lovers. So this tells me that there is a choice. Okay, it could be a choice between two people. It could be a choice between you and another person. It could be a choice about where to take this relationship if you are indeed in a relationship. Do you take it to the next level? Do you kind of halt things where they are now? Like, if you're getting in your own way, you could be sort of convoluting the situation, like complicating it way more than it needs to be. Maybe you're not allowing yourself true happiness. Okay, like I said, you're getting in your own way of that. Maybe there's someone else that is there extending an olive branch or showing you their care and their compassion, and you're just not seeing it. You're in sort of self-destruct mode. Okay. This is about, the Two of Swords is about sort of the head versus the heart. And you're kind of torn between the two. Like, you know what makes more sense logically on paper, but you feel maybe the opposite of what your head is telling you. And some people might say, well, follow your heart. And some people could say, yeah, life is short, so just do what feels right for you. You know, so long as you're not hurting anyone else, including yourself. But you're definitely at a crossroads. So it could be a crossroads within a relationship. It could be like a stalemate. So something has sort of become or is starting to become stagnant and needs to be addressed. Okay, there's a relationship here. You know, there's these new words that I'm hearing all over social media. I feel like I'm too old, but situationship, or I don't know, like all these types of different classifications of relationships. So it could be something like that where, you know, one person wants to elevate things and sort of solidify things more, and the other person might not want to. You need to both be on the same page, on the same playing field. You need to both be in the same headspace in order for a relationship to grow and to move forward. Of course, if two people are not succinct, then you can't expect things to move ahead in a healthy way, right? They're just going to sort of reveal all kinds of unhealthy kind of behaviors and thought patterns and whatnot. So let's get some more clarification. More clarification, please. Okay. Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, the Lovers. The Lovers is about a choice. The Lovers is about spiritual connection. It's about, could be about soulmates. The Ace of Cups, with the Ace of Cups also, there's a very beautiful spiritual connection that is yours for the taking. Again, this could be with yourself, right? It does not have to be with another person. This could be within a friendship. This could be within a family dynamic. This could be within a relationship, like a love romantic type. Now, this is funny because this came out when I was shuffling initially, like at the beginning of the video, and I decided to put it back in, but it came out again. This is the Seven of Cups. So lots of choices. Lots of choices. Is somebody playing the field? Are they playing around? Do they think they have all these different options and that you're just another option and they're making you feel less than valued? This in turn is making you feel really like inadequate, and you're really closing yourself off to a healthier opportunity or possibility of love. Okay. You know, someone gaslighting you, someone making you feel like, yeah, you're less than. Like, are they manipulating you? I mean, the Seven of Cups doesn't have to be like so negative. It could also be you're imagining what things could be like possibly in this relationship with this person, or how things could grow or become more than they are, or you're using your imagination, maybe imaginative play in a relationship. That's always a healthy thing, right? It keeps the energy kind of vibrant and fresh and young and exciting. The Seven of, I always thought this looked like David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. I don't know if that's clear, but the Seven of Cups is, yeah, like emotional confusion, daydream. So you could have your head stuck in the clouds and you're not seeing things clearly. You're not seeing things as they are. You're seeing things rather through rose-colored glasses. And this isn't helping your situation, your mental state. You know, if the other person's kind of just not taking it as seriously as you are, or vice versa, then obviously there's going to be this disconnect and this tug of war and this sort of unbalanced kind of energy. More information, please, for the Seven of Cups. More information, please, with the Seven of Cups. More clarification. That's way too many cards, so I'm going to just keep going. Ooh. There we go. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. This is a very slow-moving energy. This is something that does bring longer lasting like stability and possibly future goals. So this is a good omen, I think, for a relationship reading. I'm kind of getting that with this spread so far. It's not the most exciting energy, but you know, when something starts out quite intensely, then it can fizzle out pretty quickly. And if that's all you're looking for, that's fine, but not everybody is. And so I feel like if one person is and one person isn't, then that obviously is going to cause upset. So let me just see here. I'm going to put the cards back this one. Okay, this is to do with love. This is something that you might be closed off to because you are getting in your own way. There's a lot going on inside of your head that is disallowing this newfound love, this cup of joy to enter into your life and to bring you the things that you do deserve, but you might not think that you deserve. There's definitely a choice to be made. You're at a place right now where if you don't make a decision, you could miss out or lose out on an opportunity that only really comes around once in a lifetime, or not very often. Okay, true, genuine connections don't happen all the time. They can to varying levels, but it all depends on what kind of relationship this is that we're talking about. And this is like a potential life partner, then you obviously want more than just surfacey stuff, right? Like one would think that you would want a friendship and deep care and compassion and trust and a safe space, a safe place and intimacy and all the things that come with a bond that you would want to have with someone that you hope to spend the rest of your life with. But there's a lot of like daydreaming, and there's a lot of living up in the clouds, and there's a lot of I'm trying to think of the right word, like you're not you're kind of disillusioned, like you're maybe putting someone up on a pedestal, or maybe giving them far too much credit, or not realizing that the reality does not match what you've sort of made up to be in your mind. A lot of relationships, you know, we tend to like hold on to this idea of what we want, and then that becomes our sort of newfound reality, when in fact it's nothing like that. It's something entirely else. Like what we made up in our heads isn't what is, and so that's a really hard thing to come to terms with. And you need to have a solid footing. You need to think more long term and have more stability, because from what I'm seeing here, the Eight of Swords is not a stable mindset, okay? The Two of Swords could be two people who need to come to a decision, or choosing between two people, or choosing how this relationship is going to go. So there is a sort of a sense of balance because it's two, but it's not it's in the mind. So it's not like grounded or anything. It's something to be thought of first and then acted out on after. I hope that makes sense. And then the Seven of Cups is sort of, you need to eradicate these sort of false pretenses and these illusory kind of notions, because they're only going to end up disappointing you in the end if there's too much of that. Like it's okay to pretend, like make believe, like play, like, you know, role play, or like do fun things within a relationship, within a dynamic. But if you take it too far, it could really end up backfiring. Like it could become like your new kind of sense of reality, and it's not healthy because there's no guarantee, there's no groundedness, there's no stability, there's no safety. We want to feel safe as human beings. We want to feel safe, and it's hard to feel safe in the Seven of Cups energy. This could be overindulgence, right? Which is, in the moment, that could be really fun, but then that moment passes and you're left feeling the Eight of Swords. You're at war with yourself, and that's not good. You don't want to be left feeling like your mind has been shattered, or like manipulated to the point where you don't even know who you are anymore and what's real and what's not. So yeah, I'm getting from this, like there could be a manipulation or some kind of unhealthy behavioral pattern, thought pattern, that has to do with a relationship of the romantic variety. Maybe something that isn't super serious, but that is causing more harm than good. It's kind of what I'm getting. So this may not resonate with everyone. But it does need to be dealt with, and it does need to be brought back down to earth, and it does need to be addressed, because there's no other way around it. I mean, if you want things to continue on the way they are, you're going to stay stuck in this Eight of Swords headspace, and that's not healthy. After a while, it will just eat away at you, and that's not good for anyone. So let's, maybe one more card, please. Some advice. That was instantaneous. The Ace of Pentacles, you're getting this beautiful gift, this reward. Um, Now, this has to do with the financial, sort of physical, monetary, um, tangible things of the earthly realm. You have two aces. So these are beautiful gifts, signs trying to get your attention. You have so much more to offer, and you are more than capable of love. You are more than capable of protecting another, of protecting yourself, and of giving yourself what it is that you need in order to flourish. And the Three of Cups, yeah, so maybe somebody's getting in the way. Okay, there could be an interference of some kind. There's something that is a more light-hearted energy, especially with the Seven of Cups as well. That somebody's not taking whatever it is that you have that seriously. They're just in it for the fun, and there could be care, but it's a little bit more frivolous than that. And so you deserve to have more than what you're being offered, what you're being given. And I feel like the universe is giving you ways in which you can find that happiness, but you have to look outside of yourself in order to do that. And outside of your current situation, where you're stuck in this sort of between worlds kind of mindset. You need to step away, and you need to see what this connection is for what it really is, and not for what you hoped it would become, or what it is in the moments that you're having fun and enjoying yourselves. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about the grand scope of things, and stepping back and seeing if this has any long-term potential. It's hard to make a relationship switch gears if it's started in a certain way, but it's not impossible. It's not like you can't, if both people have a change of heart and they want something more substantial. It's not impossible to go in a different route, but both people have to be on the same page, like I said. And this is a long video. I'm going to end it here. But the Three of Cups shows me that this is more for the fun of it. There could be a deep friendship here. It could be all it's meant to be, or it could be something or someone is getting in the way. There could be options of a couple different people. And with the Lovers and the Two of Swords, that tells me that it could be choosing between two people, and you don't want to be somebody's option, right? You want to be their choice, like they choose you, and not that you have to go out of your way to try and sell yourself or make yourself seem more desirable. That person's not worth your time. So please do value yourself, which is hard to do when you're constantly in this state, right? And I don't want that for anyone. So please notice the gifts that are in your life. People handing you an olive branch, other opportunities that could offer you a love, a friendship, something that could actually serve your soul and give you the gifts that you know you need intuitively, but that you're not getting in your present situation. There's so much more out there for you. So let me know if this resonates. And it wasn't the easiest reading, I guess, because it does sort of have this double-edged sword, right? Like, you can go one of two ways, and that's of course entirely up to you, but please do make the right choice for yourself, because in the long term it will pay off, and you will be so much wiser and stronger and better for it.